Welcome back, everybody. We're here with another episode of Tony's Vintage Club of the Week. This week, Mr. Lovato has brought out an Arnold Palmer special for us.
Okay, guys, here we go. Another episode of some of the clubs that I have in store in my collection. And here we have the Arnold Palmer. It's made by Wilson, the shop maker. And it is a putter that's a long neck on it. It's got a very nice front face on that's already been sandblasted, and it was already had a media face on it before. I just highlighted it a little bit more. But talk about a nice putter to have. But look at the thinness of that shaft.
Yeah, that is quite thin, actually.
It almost reminds me of a lady shaft, which I'm sure they designed that to get a little bit better feel, which means a lighter shaft, like in a graphite shaft, you can hit the ball a little bit further, so it has a little more whipping action to it. And so that to me is pretty incredible. I love the top line on it. I love the ferrule it should have been a red, white, and then a black. So you got the black ferrule on there.
Interesting offset.
Yes, and
the loft.
Yeah,
it's almost like one of those chipper clubs.
Yeah, if you stand up and take a look at that, you can definitely see it.
Yeah, it feels like a chipper club, not so much a putter. Like, there's not enough loft for it to be a chipper, but it is interesting. It doesn't feel as kind of like an 8802.
One thing that we do have on this here is that you look at it, when you do the press forward, it definitely goes to 0 degrees on flatness.
So it's, if you have a press.
That's right. And this one here is actually has a flex action, and that's what that shaft is called, is the flex action shaft. And it's got the original leather grip from back in the day, which is really, to me, is amazing. And they have the logo, the flag logo of the Wilson flag on the back end.
Cool.
And that is super sweet. Some of these putters back in the day had an insert where you can put in your ball marker, and then you could put 1 or 2 of them in there so it would go with the club itself.
Nice.
And I don't think the Wilsons did that, but another brand did, which we have later. Besides that, it is a long neck on here. It's got great weight to it, and it's not pinned on this one, which is pretty cool. But I'll tell you what, these are just money to hit. Oh, here's another thing that you guys can learn, which you probably already know. There's a way of finding the sweet spot on these, and I'll show that on another episode, but I will tell you now on this episode, that if you're on a downhill putt and you're scared of it going too far, hit a little bit further to the outside towards the toe. It will slow down that ball to go to the hole. And that's a little secret from Tony.
Nice. That's awesome. And how did you find this club? How did it become part of your collection?
Good question again. I actually have the full set of irons to go with this.
Okay. So we have to do another episode with that.
Well, I'll bring this out with the iron setup for this to where everything matches. And I bought this set locally from a guy here that was selling it on Marketplace again. I find a lot of my stuff on Marketplace. I used to go through Craigslist and Kijiji, which is in Canada only, I believe. And when I see stuff like this for sale, they're all rusted up, and I know what I can do to them. I do a lot of polishing. I have my equipment here in the shop. This is actually a shop, and it's heck to keep clean sometimes, but it is. But I do have the other set of irons to go with this, and I'll see if I can't find the woods, and we'll show you the full episode of that as well.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us on another episode of Tony's Vintage Club of the Week. We will catch you on the next one.
We'll see you guys.